9. 9 is brown. 4. 4 is green. 2. 2 is pink. 7. 7 is yellow. I finished. Yes.
Okay. Miss Gigi, according to the test you've just taken, you have a displaying symptoms of
Graphing color synesthesia.
The word synesthesia comes from two Greek words, syn and aesthesis. Syn meaning joined and aesthesis meaning perception. Therefore, synesthesia literally means joint perception. Synesthesia can be defined as a condition in which one sense is simultaneously perceived as if by one or more additional senses. Another form of synesthesia joins objects such as numbers, shapes, letters, or people's names with sensory perception such as smell, color, or flavor. Graphemes are the written elements of language such as the alphabet, numbers, or punctuation. Miss Gigi had grapheme color synesthesia, where graphemes are saturated with color. Although synesthesia was long thought to be a rare condition, new research reveals that it's not that uncommon. Around 4% of the population is naturally synesthetic all the time. However, not many people realize they're different unless they're told about this condition. Many people experience induced synesthesia temporarily when they use psychedelic drugs or experience brain damage. Synesthesia is more prevalent in women than men. In the UK, studies have shown that 3 times as many women as men have synesthesia. In the US, 8 times as many women as men have been reported to have it. Also, they are more likely to be left-handed. Here's a test for grapheme color synesthesia. Pause the video and identify the hidden triangle. I hit 2 amongst the 5s. If you had synesthesia, it would have been different colors.
There are 3 main neuromechanism models that can be used to explain synesthesia. However, I've chosen to explain one of them as I find it the most relevant. This is by Ramachandran and Hubar 2001. They have proposed the cross-activation theory that states that in the brain of synesthetes, they fail to go through a process called neuropruning, where the brain gets rid of neural pathways that are not used anymore. And this is where the phrase user-driven.
Here's an analogy to explain neuropruning. A train always chooses one path over the other. As time passes and the other path remains unused, it starts to wear away. Thus, the next time the train wants to send an impulse to the brain station, it can't because it wore from lack of use.
If a neural pathway is not activated, the strength of the pathway diminishes and eventually disappears. However, in synesthetes, these neural pathways remain. Neuropruning occurs during brain development, however, this fails to happen in synesthetes. The cross-activation theory is based on the idea that there are excess neural connections between regions of the brain that processes words, the visual word form area, and regions of the brain that processes color, the higher V4. Interestingly, these regions are adjacent to each other, so it would make sense if there's excess neural connection between them, causing an increase in communication between them. In synesthetes, these areas of the brain are both activated only when engaging in one sensory task.